Hello and welcome to Canyon. It's been a while since we've been here. We're stuck in vanilla map purgatory here on this Saturday afternoon. It's a true nightmare. It's fun. We are cycling through all the vanilla maps, and that includes Canyon, 3K, 4v4, 5v5 actually, Canyon. We're on the testing branch. Team 1 ANS, Team 2 OSP, Snowblind, Das, Fostel, Quiz, and Lena on Team 1. Dramis, Heaven Based, who is Herman, Xenophon of Athens, Falk Tethys, and Ketabor, who is Rymark on Team 2 OSP. It's been a long time since I've done a Canyon match in skirmish. So we'll see what happens. I'm hoping the team spent a lot of time in the lobby screen, so I'm hoping they all brought Canyon-focused fleets, which is going to be rails, it's going to be scouts, it's going to be 450s. We'll see. We're dropping down here with Vastal, who presumably has double 450 Axfords. Yep. Nothing to say or see here. Next. That's Spy Frig. Beam Destroyer. Oh shit. Gun Frig? 2 Gun Frigs. I see the spy and the guns are in groups together. They're meant to presumably hunt and kill shuttles. Okay. And 2 naked capping ships. And it's got a 450 Axford with a missile backpack. Nice. S3Hs, a bunch of different kinds. Torpedoes as well. Spy Frig, Beam Destroyer. Why are there more beams on Canyon than there were on Tumbleweed? What do you know? Quiz, Beam Destroyer, Spy Frig, and then it looks like a whole bunch of capping torpedo ships. Yeah. The last 2 have, people are restless. Uh-oh. Where was I? Snowblind! Fighting Voxel. Jam Sprinter? No, Capping Torpedo Sprinter. Cap presence on ANS, which is good, and we're back to Vastal. Bulk! What the fuck, dude? Why do you have this? So we've got a 450 and torpedo Ocello with ballistic hard kill. And a ton of soft kill and a bullseye. MT, Naked Boy, and 2 nearly Naked Boys. Herman's got a 450 Bulker, flat light paint scheme. A little odd. 1 LRT. Oh yeah, this 450's got the T20s on it. One, 2, 3, 4 MMTs. And 1 gun shuttle. Tramis is triple bulk freighters. Broadside plasma, broadside 250. Broadside 250. It's a lot of damage! Line Tug, we're down to Rymark, who looks to have just a shitload of Line Tug spam with C-53s and no point defense. Yeah, it's got some chaff in these. No AMMs. Alright, well, this is going to be interesting. Xenophon's got double mass drivers. There we go. Finally an OSP team with mass driver. What a concept. One Intellitor. That is an Intel monitor. It's got Bloodhound, EWR, and an Intel Center. And this does actually not have the Intel Center. Interesting.
The enemy secured zone boxer.
Just a bunch of things supporting that radar. And then one
The enemy has secured zone gambit. The enemy
one
has
gun
secured
shuttle.
zone
Just hanging up here with the MD bulk freighters. What do you call an Intellitor without an Intel Center? A Spotitor? No, that's stupid. Okay, we're not gonna worry about that. That's not important. Meanwhile, ANS has capped Golf Echo Bravo. They're capping Foxtrot. OSP's challenging Foxtrot. OSP's kind of maybe challenging Golf, but looks like Reimark's shit-ass tugs with literally no hard-kill anti-missile capabilities are going to immediately die to offensive S1s, which is peak Reimark gaming. It's very funny. It's either a genius build that is the most obnoxious shit in the world and morale kills the enemy, or just dies for free. There's no in between. We've also got some auger mines on the OSP side of Golf, which is gonna be annoying for them. Some S2s headed towards the spur on Golf. Chaff coming out. These are CVARs though.
The enemy is securing
It's a
zone
lot of AMMs. Cleanly handles the MMT missiles. OSP only has their naturals, Charlie and Delta. ANS now also capturing Alpha. Yeah, ANS has way more cap presence than OSP, and a lot of the OSP's cap presence is, well, it's MMTs, and then it's these mine tugs, which can't really contest points. They can just jump on points and then mine them off. And the efficacy of that is very questionable. Huge AMM dumps. ANS backing off. Foxtrot gonna really need to keep these sprinters alive, because if they start to lose them early on, they'll be in big trouble later, because this is, you saw people talking about it earlier, a big cap, score cap map. It's got, I think, 7 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, 7 points instead of the usual 5. It's quite an increase. It's almost a 50% increase in the point generation. And it's a big map. It's a big map. Maybe 2K is too much. I don't know. I've always found it to be good on Canyon, but then usually when I play Canyon, it's like 6 or 7 per team instead of 5. We'll see. Maybe this is a horrible decision. But the nice thing about being in charge of everyone is you get to make the horrible decisions. And all you have to suffer is loathing. Womp womp. Looks like one of the sprinters up on Foxtrot does get downed by a combination of missiles and mass drivers. One might be able to get away. There it is, spotted up. It's like another MMT is gonna eat some missiles. Oh yeah, this thing's already pretty disabled, presumably from missiles earlier. S3H coming out. And missing. Unfortunate. Looks like OSP gonna be able to bully their way onto Golf. There's no... Actually, is this down here? Oh yeah, there is a beam DD able to cover this point. So OSP's not gonna be able to take that Golf cap anytime soon. Beam Destroyer will easily handle it. Looks like the Risk of Rain soundtrack has ended. All these missiles in. We listen to that, we listen to that. Cool. Nice, new playlist. We've just been grinding these games really hard. Bonk. That's a dead tug. Yeah. That was... Why did that die immediately? Oh, because the whole center got poured out. Maybe. No power, no teams, no restores. You did. ANS is being set up to push on the Delta side. I think pushing at this point is a bit of a mistake because they have complete cap hegemony. They're up 5-2, which is incredible. It's a huge advantage. And there's really no need to push any further. So that's... How loud is that? That looks fine. Fantastic. Okay, we're back to the cast as this game, so we can afford to take, 4 minutes to not do anything. Not miss a whole lot. There have been a few missile strikes that have gone out on screen. And we're gonna fall another one into a spotter tug, or spotter reins, which I don't think has anything to. Yeah, it's gonna dope chaff and then get away from it. Seavars are just gonna completely miss. What the fuck? It's kind of whack. Cone problems. Might have been fired on an EWR track. They are detected by the EWR. Unclear at this time. OSP has managed to mine off the backside of Foxtrot. I don't see the ANS ever pushing through that crevice right there. I'm not sure why you would put mines there. I suppose it could happen, but I think it's probably unlikely. Actually, I think I'm about to eat my words and thanks for doing fun if you want to push through that.
Enemy is securing zone fulcrum.
Nah. They're going a different direction. I found a little bit more. Yeah, ANS still has this big flank over here on Delta, giving up control of Echo for it. They're not able to rotate, cover their points very effectively, since they have to go on the offensive. Well, they don't have to, but they've chosen to go on the offensive. Reimark's risky business tugs now have RPF coming in. And missing. We'll see that every day. Warps out. Not going anywhere. Let's take a look at this map.
The enemy secured zone fulcrum.
Yeah, so OSP has pretty good control around Charlie, but it doesn't really matter that much. It doesn't really matter that much. They're having to pull back for their own men, their own natural on Delta. They don't have a good way to push onto Bravo. They don't have Golf. Not really gonna have a way to get on the Foxtrot either. They have gotten on a Foxtrot, but I really don't think they can hold this. I think OSP is basically down with the pure mine tugs. They just can't push. If they get in a scout battle with anything, they're just gonna die. Why? How could this happen to me? Alright, let's bear witness here to exactly what I'm talking about. Come on. This is taking way too long. Why is this not... Oh, because it's only got a Mark 62. This is not one of the Torp sprinters. Whoops. Okay, so instead, what's actually going to happen is the Mine Tug is going to spot for all the backline ships, and this Torp sprinter, or this non-Torp sprinter, is going to get ruined. And the Tug's going to be able to cap the point. And ANS still pushing, trying to get on to Delta. They're actually giving up Delta, and I think going for the mass driver bulk freighters. The voxels are running at the mass driver bulk freighters through open space. Which might be the worst decision a person can make in this video game. Okay, they're backing off and pushing down and heading back towards Delta instead of continuing to take that fight. Good, good. ANS is 300 points ahead. 4 to 3 caps. I do still think these Axfords are just going to pounce on a Foxtrot and grow it. Trying to support the fight on Alpha. Getting out of the range of the mass driver fire. Taking some of the nose, less than ideal. Spinner's going to die on this point, and OSP is going to cap it. Or it's going to get NUC'd, and then the mines are going to crash into it. It's going to take a full minute for all these mines to arm. So, yeah, it's probably just going to get shot to hell first. Got some mines out here on this really weird flank spot, which might catch a sprinter. We'll see. No, I'm pretty sure the ship's just gonna die, and then or it's gonna get fully redded out, and then the mines are gonna trigger and kill it. Which is a colossal waste of munitions. It is very funny though. Or who knows, it might get full killed before then. We'll see. I mean, it's a long time. Got a big S3H strike. Direct fired cruise. The great sin. Bonk. Bonk. Hit tab. What? What, just all the garbage on the map? Who knows? The bulk freighter, yeah, takes out the sprinter on Alpha. Looks like another sprinter might be coming up, though. OSP going to be able to get back into this game, take a cap advantage. Still quite a few points down. Ooh, mine's out on Delta. Glonk, that's a dead sprinter. It's a dirt cheap capper, but still a bit of a waste. I think this next sprinter, it's already had its engines destroyed, but were they shot out or mined out? Oh, that's a mine hit. Oh, yeah. Mined out. Okay, answer received. Do not send these voxels onto Delta, dude. Why are you still nose tanking the mass drivers? A is trying to dodge as many as possible, which is working pretty well, actually. But man, getting hit nose on mass drivers really hurts voxels. I think these are going to dip down here. Surely I cleared out all the mines and eat a wave of auger sprinters and just die. Especially since I think one of these defenders is out. No, the defenders are good. It's a thruster that's out. That's what's smoking. All right, let's see it. There are the mines. And there they come. And there's the voxel. And it's dead. Wow. Wow. That's unfortunate. This other voxel is just gonna get MD'd to smithereens. It's gonna be too afraid to go down, even though the first voxel has taken out all the mines. I don't know why these are over here to begin with. Delta does not need to be taken at all. It's completely acceptable for ANS to just abandon that and try to control Alpha and Foxtrot. In fact, that's the better decision. But it's a me move right there. Really don't want to be doing those. Beam Destroyer managed to keep pretty tight control on Golf. As expected, OSPs are running out of capping assets. They've lost a ton of MMTs and the mine tugs. And some shuttles. ANS has lost a few sprinters and most of Snowblind's fleet. Oh, there goes another sprinter. Yeah, that's mines. Gone for the alpha point and just immediately gets glonked by mines. Very silly. I really hope we see some friendly fire mines. In fact, we might. Got an Acello moving in. Oh, right. Jamming doesn't affect friendlies. Watching this ball of interrupt head towards the nearby mines. Thinking, oh boy, self jamming. That's a new one, but no. OSP's recapping Alpha. They are down by about 340 points. I think this tug's gonna get got though. It's just so open, and all the ships can see it and fire at it. And that's what's happening. It's getting 450 fired at it. Oh, and then Sprinter is definitely dead. Might actually drift off the point? Is that what's gonna happen? Okay, no. It's got its braking thrusters firing. I don't think OSP has the capping assets to have a win condition here.
The enemy secured Zone Atlas.
That's Voxel bravely headed on to Delta. Might get mined in the face, but it won't actually. There are no mines here anymore. This thing's already beat up enough that it can't really be a decent combat ship. Yeah, it won't survive for long under sustained fire. It's lost a couple of its cannons. It's lost an ML elevator. Oh my, there's a bunch of Seavars headed in. To where? Oh, to the dead spy rig. They got mass driver to smitheroonies. Why have I been saying smitheroonies so much this match? It's like the third or fourth time. It's so oddly specific. Okay, we've got 2 sprinters out on Alpha this time. 2 copper pieces. We'll see if these sprinters will be able to take this cap point. I think they've got a chance. I don't know. That's a lot of grape. A lot of bulk freighter in range. And that's a 250 bulk freighter too, not a 450. It's gonna be rough. Got some AMMs going out after the mines. Boink, boink. Not able to destroy any of the mines. That's real sad. And there it is. Glonk. 1S2 gets through. A bunch of 250 and grape rounds get through. You cannot, in fact, shoot those down. Very unfortunate. And ANS is going to get that alpha cap, but they have to give up. They're losing a lot for it. And they just don't have anything up here to secure it. Whereas OSP has this huge fleet back here, and they can just send one tug in there and not really get punished for it. The beam destroyers are covering Echo and Golf and Bravo. And they're not in a position to realistically punish Alpha. In fact, there's not really anything over on this team that's in a position to do that. Lena might have a beam DD in range. But how far away is this? That's like 10 kilometers. No, it's not in range. 10 kilometers is not 6 kilometers. It's going to take, yeah, and we can see by the radial dial here. It's going to take quite a while to get in there. Oh! So, last patch, spectators got a big buff. We got access to this little ruler tool that exists in Nebulous for people to gauge distance in. I've noticed quite a few people, both players and spectators, don't understand how to read this. So, how to read this tool. It's got distance markings that increase the further out you go from the middle. And where each little ship has a link to the plane. That's the total distance it is from the vessel you have selected. So I've got this Acela selected here, and there's a bulk freighter almost directly beneath it. In fact, we can see this link very quickly moving around the circle because of the verticality going on here. This is just at the 3 kilometer mark. That means this bulk freighter is 3 kilometers away from this Acela. It's a little hard to gauge exact direction from this, but that's what the sphere widget is for. It helps with direction when all the lollipops come out. But this ruler is fantastic for measuring distances and figuring out what weapons are in range of what. This is going to be really important when spectating beam destroyers, since their maximum range is 6.5 kilometers. Or is it just 6 kilometers? I don't know. It's one of those. Wow. Man, here I am trying to teach people how to use this. It's just 6. Okay, thank you. And I don't even know how to use it. Womp womp. But yeah, that's how you make sense of all of these little plots. If you've ever played other 3D space games from the late 90s, like Starfleet Academy, it's a very similar radar system. So that should help you contextualize that if you have experience with those sorts of games. 3D... Measuring 3D space with a 2D planing tool is very difficult, and this works quite well once you get used to it. Voxel on Delta has not managed to capture the Delta point. Oh yeah, we've also got beams, as we see on the TAC map. Very cool. And it's had to leave. It's been zoned out by the bulk freighter. The beam destroyer that was maybe going to zone control A, but didn't actually get in range, has some MDs coming down the field, and is not aware of the battle short function. Has such an easy kill on the bulk freighter. Oh god, it's so easy to kill this. Be short, I beg. Nope. No be short. Okay. Well, we're gonna have to talk about that. That's okay. We've had several people come through here who we've been giving out a lot of advice. Elena, I think, has gotten the most out of everyone who's come to these games today, because they made a bunch of little simple mistakes that you might not know if you're not tied into the community, like some of us addicted folks. But that's good. That's great. That's why we do this. We love to teach folks and encourage people to come out if they either don't have that much experience or have a lot of experience and may have gaps in knowledge or gaps in skill. It's a really good teamwork-centric environment, and it's highly conducive to learning, in my opinion. And it is very specifically curated with that in mind. ANS, I think we can just call it. ANS is up by 500 points. They haven't really lost much. OSP has lost all of Rymark's fleet, almost, which has managed to kill a Voxel and a Sprinter. So that's kind of not worth. A Voxel and a Sprinter in abysmal positioning, no less. Actually, 2 Sprinters. Yeah, 2 Sprinters. I think there was a Sprinter on Alpha that got. Ooh, there's a beam covering Alpha Point. That's what you want to see. Das does know to be short. Yeah, that's dead, buddy. You can turn that off. You can turn it off. Whatever. And that's probably recognizing that Echo is not under threat from OSP at all. There's nobody within 10 kilometers of this cap. Yeah. Wow. So it's quite safe. Das gonna potentially get a cap on Charlie with his little police frig he's got out here. Good catch by Lobster. I had OSP at such good position on this side of the map that they wouldn't really be letting anything through. And all it takes is one little spy frig, or one little, it's not even a spy frig, it's just a gun frig. I bet it has a front line in it. It does have a spyglass! That's silly. Okay, it's got a bullseye. Nice. So it is able to have good track quality on things within range. Oh, this is not one of the gun frigs. What? Okay, the gun frigate's down here. And it's firing support up.
The enemy secured
Alright, I need a break after this one. I should have taken a break
the
before
enemy
this one,
securing
but
zone fulcrum.
it's getting to be that time. I'm obviously not keeping up with this game very well. I'm just going off on tangents. Look at how much of a fucking graveyard Alpha is. Oh my god. 1, 2, 3, 4 sprinters and 1, 2, 3 tugs. With another tug over here and presumably about to get beamed. Ooh, nope, that beam is red. And it looks like it's dumped a bunch of its juice into Dramus's, oh yeah, right in the middle, Dramus's 250 bulk freighter. Just been quite effective. The command stack's dead. I think this thing is structure broken too, based on how the damage is spread out. And that's gonna recap Foxtrot. And I'm gonna go ahead and call it. We don't need to see the after action report.
The enemy is
These folks want to continue playing to the end. That's fine.
secured zone
I think I'm gonna end the recording here. That was a pretty strong cap victory for ANS, even though they made a couple questionable decisions. Managed to just have a bunch of small ships spread out, cap points. OSP did not have as many small ships, and I think the small ships that they did had were they didn't really do much. You actually just can't push with these. You can't fight other ships. You don't have the tools to fight other ships. This is very much a run onto a point before anything else gets there, drop mines, and kill things build, and that's not practical. It's very gambly. It's a funny pub build. I would love to take that sort of thing into pubs and just annoy the hell out of people. It's not a good stack v stack build. And the rest of OSP lost their capping ships really early because ANS got that early advantage, and they're really forced to toss their ships in there and lose them. They maybe could have gone for a little while and tried to go for a military victory, but they don't really have a ton of firepower either. Dramus has some good firepower. Herman's got a 450 bulk freighter, 450 Ocello, and there's a couple mass drivers.
The enemy is
There's just
securing zone
not a lot of meat on this team compared to, well, ANS is in a similar boat. They've got 3 Axfords, 3 beam destroyers, a couple voxels. I think this is pretty well rounded. Canyon Gaming for both teams. Need lots of small ships. Alright. I am going to call this match here. We'll see you in the Battle Space, viewer. Good night.